Hello, and welcome to the Finny Games. It's your host, BBG, aka Broke Black Gamer. What's good, my BGs? Today I want to talk about, is it a good idea to upgrade your PC, or is it a good idea just to go to a console if you've been waiting for an extremely long time? An extremely long time being 6-7 plus years. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because after my last video, it's pretty alarming how high PC prices are going. So it's like, when I say buy now, everyone's like, no, I want to wait. And then if you tell them to wait, they're like, then I'm going to wait forever. If you say buy then, they're going to say, but now it's too expensive. Now it's too late. Something happened in life. I don't have that money anymore. And it just seems like it's just like a never-ending cycle of ups and downs. Unless someone's just like extremely loaded, then the market doesn't affect them either way. But honestly, so I want to talk about, should you just upgrade to a console? That might be a better idea, like with the PS6 and this new hybrid PC Xbox console that's supposed to cost like $1,000 something. Because if you were trying to get into high-end gaming and that was all you wanted, and now you're forced to buy some mid-range GPUs, at least the way Nvidia goes, you might be able to save yourself $1,000 or who knows how much, especially with the RAM prices going up, controlled scarcity, controlled BS. And a lot of people brought to my attention, I am lucky that I have a 4080 Super, which in my opinion is honestly sad that that's considered lucky, because the GPU should have honestly been $750 from the jump, as it's comparable to a base 80 class card, 800 if you want to adjust for inflation. But anyway, like, I don't really want to get into that. But the PS6, it's looking pretty. There's always these stupid rumors when consoles come out, like they're like, it's going to have 32 gigs of VRAM, and it's gonna, or not of VRAM, but 32 gigabytes of total RAM, and it's supposed to have 16 dedicated just to VRAM. I've heard some say that at 24, and I've even heard some saying something crazy like 48, and which, based off history, it does seem like bullshit. But when new consoles are on the way, there's always a lot of talk about how powerful they are. Like, do y'all remember they were saying like the PS5 Pro was going to be better than the 4090, and people actually believed it. People were saying that the Xbox Series X was going to be like a mid-range, like 3080 Ti, not high-end, 3080 Ti, I mean, all this bull crap. And I remember they were even saying, like, back in the day, even with PlayStation 4 Pro, I remember people saying in like 2017, like, oh, it's not going to be that far behind the 1080 Ti. And it was like, come on. And it happens every time like a new console's coming out. But but like, that's like the thing too. If you're looking to upgrade, and like, it looks like $2,000 used to be able to buy you a high-end PC. It's looking like if you want a high-end PC now, you're going to have to pay a minimum of $25. Like, I ended up paying $23 for this build, but if I built this same exact build that I built in the beginning of 2020, or whenever I built it, I don't even remember now, y'all. But if I wanted to build this same PC today, it would literally cost me around $3,200. $800 more than I paid to build it in the first place, around there. And that's just pretty frightening, because that's a whole nother GPU, and my parts have just gotten older, nothing's gotten newer. And so if y'all are thinking about this, at least you could play Grand Theft Auto 6. You had a PS6 or whatever Xbox console they're going to make. You know, I don't care, or I actually personally hate Xbox, but I don't really know what direction Xbox is doing, and I personally don't care. But what I do know is that they are trying to make a pretty much a little box PC, and they're just trying to get out of the console market, which I think is smart for them, because they really suck at making consoles. and they forfeited all their exclusives to PC a long time ago. They forfeited all of their exclusives as of late to the PlayStation. They've just been begging for mercy, and like, they hate their fans. They're literally making the prices go up for their consoles every other month, it feels like. And the Xbox fanboys, they just beg for more, and they want more consoles for some reason. They're talking about the future of Xbox. And it's just really sad to see that people who love a company so much, they just go so far for Xbox. They love it so much, and it hates them so much back. I've never seen anything more pathetic in my life. It reminds me of being a simp in high school, where I would do everything I could for these girls who didn't like me, and then I finally just got my act together and did what I needed to do, and then I started to like myself. And Xbox fanboys, I'm telling y'all to do the same thing. Have some self, dress up, fix yourselves, stop having this Xbox, and do what you need to do to move on to a more powerful and more robust, voluptuous woman, being at least a bare minimum of a 50-50. If you should just get away from consoles altogether. If you've been on Xbox, you need a break. Don't even look at a controller again. Practice keyboard and mouse and get away. You need a break. But if you've been on the PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, just keep doing what you're doing. One day, if you need to, if you really feel like it's necessary, I would recommend upgrading to a PC if you have the funds, because you would actually have a good experience with a 5060 Ti. Heck, you would even have a good experience with the 3060 Ti. The 3060 Ti is still a good GPU if you're looking for something entry level, but I would say you would want to at least get the 4060 Ti 16GB, because if you could find one cheap, I've seen them all over the used markets in America for like next to nothing. But obviously, if you're buying any of these new and you're paying any more than like $400, you're getting ripped off. So like, you're just getting ripped off no matter what. So I don't really know what to tell anyone. You're getting fucked. You're getting ripped off. Nothing good will happen regardless of what I say. But everything's just getting more expensive. So yeah, so again, should you buy a PC or should you buy a console? I'm really not entirely sure. It just depends on your budget and what you want. And AMD, like, people keep saying, well, what about AMD? Their GPUs are expensive as hell too. Like, good God, everything's expensive. And like, yeah, with AMD now, you're getting pretty much an on-par experience with the Nvidia GPUs. And just with better prices. Like, it's hard to tell the difference, honestly, nowadays. And FSR4 and their new improvements, all this complicated new technical jargon and everything they're doing seems great. I'd love to test it out one day. With my new job and everything, I'd like to do that, but I have more things to do and more responsibilities that I've taken on, and I feel like I don't really want to put any more money in my PC gaming. The only thing that would make me bend is a 5080 Super 24GB or a 180 or a 180 XT 24GB. Nvidia might be AMD might be a little bit more generous with the VRAM. So maybe if they would actually just keep it in the 9000 and make like a 9080 XT 24GB, that would be crazy. I would sell this to some whoever. But the only thing that it is just like, I do love the Nvidia compatibility with a lot of the editing softwares, but we'll see. That would just be something to play with. But for gaming's sake, AMD looks like they're doing pretty good. But in my honest opinion, AMD seems to be ripping off people too. And it's like, I feel like these Lisa and Jensen cousin dynasties are working together. Call me crazy, but it's just like every time Nvidia has a shortcoming, AMD never capitalized on it when we see that they easily can. And Lisa Su is one of the best CEOs to ever live, and she literally saved AMD. And for some reason, they just can't do GPUs, even though we see that they're always able to create something better just a couple of years later. I don't know. Anyway, I think you should most likely probably just stick with PC if you're already PC gaming. But if you can't afford to get a PC and you want to play new games, maybe just wait for the PS6, unless these consoles cost $900+. And I could really see that happening, because for the first time ever, the base prices for the consoles went up. The Pro console price went up to $750, and the Xbox 360 is selling anywhere from like $700 to Xbox dollars to $800, depending on how many terabytes you have. So, and I heard rumors that the new Xbox console would be around $1,000, which is also crazy, and that the new PlayStation that's coming out could be around the same price, because we know it's going to be more expensive than their older consoles. Like, it's going to be more than a PS5 Pro. I don't even know if we'll see a price cut for these consoles, or if they'll just leave them on the market, kind of like they did with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and just let them bleed into the lifespan of the new consoles. And that would be pretty unfortunate to see a PS6 starting at $1,000 or $800 or $950 or whatever, somewhere in that ballpark. PS5 Pro might drop to $700, $650, who knows? We'll see. The market is changing, and it's not really following old trends, because we've never seen old consoles just continue to go up in prices, even though some people pretend like this is normal and that we have. And with the Super Series being canceled, or delayed, it's never canceled because it's just speculation and rumor. But if there is no 50 Super Series, we're not going to get those extra gigabytes of VRAM. And I feel like if there might be a shortage or whatever's going on with the extra VRAM, we probably won't see the PS6, the next Xbox console, have the 16 gigabytes or maybe even not of 16 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM. It might actually end up being 12. If it does end up being 12 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM to these new consoles coming out, that would make me feel more comfortable about this, because it's like, I do not want to be on the same VRAM tier as the console peasants. But if that happened to me, oh well, it is what it is, because I'm not paying $1 million unless they create for 5090 or 4090. But if they create that 5080 Super, I'm sorry guys, I'm selling my soul. I said before, and I'll say it again, I have a weakness for the 80 series Super and 80 series Ti cards, even though they don't make 80 Ti cards anymore. But if a Super has 24 gigabytes, it might as well be. Anyway, with that being said, the fitting games are over for today. Good luck on what you choose next. I have no advice for you except get what you can afford. Thank you.